interfacing of 8255 with 8051 microcontroller. We already viewed 8255 interface unit in previous unit. It is an PPI, programmable peripheral interface unit, with the 8086 processor. How this 8255 is interacted we already viewed in the previous unit. Now same like that, how 8051 microcontroller is going to be interacted with the 8255 interface unit. Now check here why this 8255 is used with the 8051 microcontroller. The main reason behind this, to expand the number of input output ports to connect the more number of input output devices. Using this 8255 interface unit, so here port A, port B, port C use to connect the input output devices. But normally 8255 having 4 internal registers, that are port A register, port B register, port C register and control register. Through that 4 registers, the input output devices are going to be interacted with the 8051 microcontroller with the input output devices. Now see here how 8051 microcontroller is going to be interacted with the 8255 interface unit. So here I am not explaining how this 8255 interface unit will functioning. Why? Because in previous units we already know full-fledged information of this 8255 interface unit. So here just we will know about how 8051 microcontroller is interacted with the 8255 interface unit. Now observe, using port 0, port 2, so totally 16 address bits. Port 0 8 address bit, port 2 8 address bits, commonly use 16 address bus bits use to interact the 8255 interface unit. Among that, port 0 8 bits that are AD0 to AD7. So nothing but this is an multiplexed address bus using ALE pin. One time through this addresses are passed and one time through this data are passed. So we already know there are 4 registers, port A, port B, port C and control registers. So to select any one of the 4 registers, either port A, port B, port C, control registers, we required 4 selection lines. The 4 selection lines connected here A0, A1. So these A0, A1 are selected from the address bus, this A0 to A7. But totally 8 bits but we are not connecting all 8 bits here. We are connecting only 2 address bus bits, that are A0, A1. If it is selected A0, A1, port A selected for input output operations, or if it is selected 01 port B, 10 port C, 11 control register is going to be selected for input output operation. To perform input output operation, first of all this chip should be enabled. To enable this chip, the port 2 address bus bits we are using. So every interface unit or every chip having one unique address to identified by the microprocessor or microcontroller. Now the address bus A8 to A15 used by the decoder circuit to decode the address of the 8255. Once the address has been decoded. CS is nothing but chip select. That port 2 address bus bits that are A8 to A15 are connected to the address decoder, which is a decoder circuit, so which decodes the 8255 address. Once this address has been decoded, this chip is going to be enabled. Once this is enabled, then using this port 0 bits, any one of the register is going to be selected for read or write, nothing but input output operations. But observe, to give input to produce output, there are two signals required, that are read signal, write signal, nothing but input output operations only. Now how read is performed, how write is performed? The two control signals are connected to the port 3 of the 8051 microcontroller. Port 3 6-bit and 7 bits are used to select the read operation by the 8255 interface unit and write operation performed by the 8255 interface unit. The main purpose of this interaction is to interact more number of input output devices with the 8051 microcontroller. How 8255 interface unit is used. With this, more number of input output devices are interacted with the 8051 microcontroller. But already 8051 microcontroller having 4 ports, that are port 0, port 1, port 2, port 3. We may get a doubt, already 4 ports are there. Why we should use another 8255 interface unit to interact with the more number of input output devices? If you observe, 4 ports are there in 8051, but port 0, port 2 completely given for address bus, data bus, and port 3 completely used for serial bus data transmission and some of pins input output operations and some of read write signals, and port 1 is only there for reading input and output operations. That is the main reason to expand or to connect more number of input output devices. This 8051 interact with the 8255. Now one more important point, when 8051 microcontroller interacting with the 8255 interface unit, it will treat 8255 as a memory location. How 8051 is interacted with the external memory location we already viewed in the previous classes. Using memory mapped IO method, nothing but memory reference instructions, MOVX, directly the 8051 microcontroller using the address bus, unique address, is going to be identified the 8255. And see this example, how this 8051 is interacted with the 8255, and ports of 8255, there are 3 ports of 8255 and 1 control register. So how it will read data from the one of the port? In this example they are given 8051 wants to read data from the port A and write data into the any one of the port. There may be port B and port C. In this example they are given port A should be read by the 8051 and port B and C should be write by the 8051. Now check that how that is going to be read and written by the 8051 through the 8255 interface unit ma. So for that we must require control unit, not control unit ma, control word. The control word is given here 90H or 1000 and 0000H. Why this control word ma? Because to decide port A, port B, port C, input direction, output direction, nothing but reading, writing purpose, we must set the control word from the 8051 microcontroller. That should be stored in my control word register. Now if you observe 1000 and 0000H, if you decode this one decides the IO mode, and this 00 next 2 bits decides the mode 0 operation, and this 0 decides the port A direction. Now port A we are considering input port, and this 0 decides the port C direction. Next this 0 decides the group B, or nothing but port B consider in mode 0, and this 0 decides the port B direction, and last this 0 decides the port C direction. 00 decides the output direction here ma. Now observe how 8255 is interacted with the 8051. The addresses are given ma. The addresses of registers started from 8000H to the 8003H. Now this should be read from port A. Port A should be using as a read, that's why it should be input direction, and write it in other ports. Other ports are ma port B and port C, that should be connected as a output. To decide port A, port B, port C directions, mean input output direction, this is the control word. This is given hexadecimal format, or you can use directly ma 90H. That's why first instruction ma, in the accumulator we are passing 90H into the accumulator register. That should be initialization of our control word. Next we are using the address of 8003. This is the address of control word register ma, or control register, that is moving to the data pointer register. We are using one DR or data register to store our control data. Then next moving ma our control word register to the data register, nothing but with executing this instruction, the 90H is stored in the control word register or control register. Next ma port A address, this is a 8000H. Port A address is storing into the one data register. So here we are using DPTR, nothing but ma data pointer register. Now address of port A is stored in the data pointer register. Now we are moving the data pointer register to the accumulator for execution purpose. Why this required ma? Because this should be executed by the processor or microcontroller to decide this port A as the input or output device purpose or output information purpose. Now we are moving port A to the accumulator, then incrementing of our data pointer. So once we are using this, it will increment our data pointer automatically. It will points the port B. Why directly it will points port B? Because we are use 8000H is the port A address. If you use increment of DPTR, the value it will become DPTR ma 8001H. What is the address of 8001H? Automatically port B. Observe here the port addresses are given 800H to the 8003H, nothing but port A stored in 8000 location and port B stored in 8001 location, port C stored in 8002 location and control register stored in 8003 location. Now in the first instruction we are treating the control word, that's why we used here the control word register address. Now here port A considered as a input port. If we incrementing that, automatically it will points the port B register. Then the port B data is going to be write. The data what is presented in that accumulator is going to be write into the port B. Once you incremented again that register, then what is the next address 8002. What is 8002? Nothing but port C. If you increment data pointer up to the data pointer value is 8001. If you increment data pointer value, it will become 8002. Then 8002 address is nothing but port C. Then what is presented in that is going to be write into that port C. That is what is the value presented here, accumulator, that is going to be write into the port C address. Now observe here they are not given port B, port C in the instructions, but don't get confused. If you increment port A address 8000, it will become 8001. That 8000 we stored in the DPTR register. Now here we stored 8000 in DPTR, nothing but port A in the DPTR register. If we increment this DPTR register, what will comes? 8001. 8001 is nothing but address of port B. Then again if you increment DPTR, it will become 8002, the address of port C. Now if you observe from this, port A used for reading the data and port B used for displaying or writing the data. Like that, port A, port B, port C and control registers are used for reading and writing the data. Next simple concept, interfacing of switches and LEDs with the 8051 microcontroller. We already known how 8086 microprocessor will interact with the switches and LEDs in the previous unit. Same like that, here we will see how 8051 microcontroller will interact with the switches and LEDs. Now here 8051 ports are used. Now port 3 and port 1 are used for inputting and outputting purpose. Now the switches are the best example for input devices and LEDs are best example for the output devices. Now here 8051 microcontroller will reads data from the switches through the port 3 and will produce output to the LEDs through the port 1. This is example for 4 switches and 4 LEDs. But here 8 pins are connected, but not all 8 pins are utilized. Only 4 utilized. This one 1, 2, 3, 4. Remaining not are utilized. We can use extra 4 LEDs to be connected, but here not connected. This example for 4 switches and 4 LEDs through the 8051 microcontroller. Now observe, this is an switches, 4 switches. This is an LEDs, 4 LEDs. Now these switches are worked like when logic 0 connected here, port 3 pins, logic 0 connected, they are worked
in open mode. When logic 1 connected, they are work in closed mode. Now observe when logic 0 connected, they works in open mode. When logic 1 connected, they worked in closed mode. Or simply when 0 connected, they are grounded, they are worked in open mode. When 5 volts connected, they are closed, they are worked in closed mode, nothing but logic 0. Like that these switches will work. Now 4 switches are connected to the 4 pins of port 3. Now port 3 should be used as input. Now 8051 microcontroller reading data from the port 3 pins. Same data we are passing to the port 1 pins. If it is logic 0, 0 passed to port 1 pins from the port 3. If it is a 1, logic 1 passed from port 3 pins to port 1. Now here 4 pins data passed to the port 3 to port 1. Now this is a main circuit when to pass data from the port 1 to the LEDs. The driver circuit, the circuit 74LS240, this will invert what is the data you are giving as input to the output. For example, I connected logic 1 here, nothing but 1. Same 1 is passed port 1 pin. Now 1 is inverted. Once 1 is inverted, the output it will become 0, the logic 0. When logic 0 received by LED, the logic 0 is read by the cathode of LED. Here cathodes are connected for illuminating the LEDs, nothing but displays of the current whatever presented there. When logic 0 presented here, the LEDs are displaying the data. At that time these resistors are going to be read the current whatever presented here. The logic is here once again the logic 1 connected from the port 3 pins, same logic 1 read by the port 1 pins. This driver circuit will invert logic 1 to logic 0. Once logic 0 is given here, the LEDs are connecting cathode illuminating display units. The logic 0 used to displaying the data here. The resistor whatever presented here, they are used to read the current whatever presented here. Then particular LED is going to be displayed. Like that port 3 of 8051 and port 1 of 8051 microcontroller use to read the data from the input devices to produce data to the output devices. Now here the sample code is given for executing of switches and LEDs through the 8051 microcontroller. Now check that move A comma P3, nothing but what is the data presented in P3 ports, either logic 0, logic 1 are storing in the accumulator register. Then that accumulator register passing to the port 1 pins. Now what is the data presented here that are passing here. Then port 1 used for displaying the data. Then this driver circuit will illuminating the LEDs of the lights. Next concept, interfacing of 7 segment display unit. This concept also we discussed with the help of 8086 microprocessor. There we use some different ICs 7447, nothing but your BCD input converter. Here also same like that. 8051 microcontroller used to display the 7 segment LED data. Now we already know 7 segment LED is nothing but, here 7 segments are there. Each segment work like as a pin or a segment or simply a LED. Each LED back connected one pin. If that pin is on or off, that particular segment is on. Now here A, B, C, D, E, F, G are the 7 segments or 7 LEDs. The back end connected each segment with the one pin. If that pin is on or off, that particular LED is on or off. Apart from this 7 segment, one more display unit is there, used to display the decimal point. DP is nothing but decimal point. Now for example, from this I want to display 0. Now see what segments are on, what segments are off. A, B, C, D, E, F are on and G should be off. Same I want to display 1 and B and C on, rest of all are off. Like that, the 7 segment display unit will display the data from the 7 segment display unit. And apart from this 8, one more pin is connected, power supply pin. That is not shown in here, but a power supply pin is also there. Now check the how 8051 microcontroller will interact with the 7 segment LED display unit. Now here we are using 4 BCD input switches data that are connected with the port 3 pins, same like in previous slide. Port 3 read the data. Now switch is nothing but input devices. It may be logic 0 or logic 1, that are nothing but 1 1 1 1 or 0 0 0 0. The maximum possibility is given here 4 zeros to the 4 ones, that are maximum possible configurations. You can operate a switch, nothing but 0 0 0 0 to the maximum 1 1 1. Now we are using same input data to connect it to the port 1 pins. Now port 3 using as here input pin and port 1 using as a output pins. Now that output pins are connecting to the same one driver inverter circuit, and that driver inverter circuit are used to connect the LED segments. Now how many LED segments? 7 LED segments, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and one more decimal point used to display the decimal data presented here. Now these are configurations given. Now 8051 controller reads data from these switches and produce data to the LED display unit. We already know this driver circuit will invert whatever data you are given from here and produce output to the LEDs to be on or off. This 7 segment display unit mainly comes in 2 configurations, that are common anode display units and common cathode display units. The main difference of common anode, common cathode display units, these LEDs, in common anode display unit, the logic 0 used to display the lights, and in common cathode, logic 1 is going to be used to display the LEDs. Now check the control logic or function table to display the your 7 segment data. If you want to display decimal number 0, now check that the 7 segments which are on, which are off, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and one more decimal point DP. Now if you want to display 0, now check the A, B, C, D, E, F should be on and G should be off. Now you can check from the previous slide ma. In first slide of the 7 segment display unit, I shown neatly. If you want to display 0, G should be off, that's why it is 0, and the rest of all are ma on, that all are 1. Now decimal point given always here ma 0. Now check that code is given in hexadecimal ma, that are nothing but 0 0 1 1. Now these 4 bits will be a 3 and 1 1 1 1, nothing but F. These all are F. Same, I want to display a decimal data 1 on your 7 segment display unit. E and F only on, rest of all are off mode. If you observe the hexadecimal data, nothing but 0 0 1 1 3 and 0 0 0 0. So like that hexadecimal code used to display this decimal data. Same like that if you want to display 9, the hexa code is 6F and the 7 segment LEDs on and off signals are 1A1, B1, C1, D1 and E0, F1, G1, decimal point 0. Like that the total 7 segment display unit is displayed your digits on the 7 segment display unit.